Hello and welcome to our HIIT workout for today. I'm Anthony Lawrence, fitness instructor at CFB Shop. For today's workout, we have it partitioned into two sections. It is an AMRAP workout, so as many rounds as possible. So the two segments of our workout have 4 exercises each. So you'll be completing the first 4 exercises within 10 minutes. So you do as many rounds of the 4 exercises as possible inside that 10 minutes. You'll take your breaks as necessary, you'll push yourself the best way you can, and you'll have fun doing it. We'll take a 2-minute break and then move to the second set of 4 exercises, and we repeat that in the same manner as the first. So to begin, let's get to the demos. All right, so for our first set of 4 exercises, we have squats, push-ups, kettlebell swings, and bent over rows. So you can modify this based on the equipment that is available to you. So for the first exercise, we have our squats. So you can do them as body weight exercise. So stand up nice and tall, set yourself into a comfortable squat position. Just imagine yourself sitting down into a chair, down and up. All right? So imagine a chair is behind you or a couch is behind you. Comfortably sit down, bring yourself back up. Focus on anchoring your entire foot into the ground underneath you. So focus on anchoring the big toe, the little toe or pinky toe, the heel, and then pancake that foot to the floor. And then as you're there, open up the hips, try to keep the knees tracking over the feet. Comfortably sit down as best as possible. Stand yourself up. In addition to this, you can step it up a notch if you want, and you can also do jumping squats, if you will. So jump or sit down into, I should say, a half squat. Swing your arms up, jump, up and down. You can add that as a variation. You can also, if you have extra resistance available to you, kettlebell or dumbbell, weighted vest or backpack, hold the weight nice and close to your body, squat down and up. All right. After this, we take you to the push-ups. So for your push-up, you're gonna set yourself hands to the floor, about shoulder width apart. What you do from here, feet extended behind you. Simply bring your chest to the floor, getting your arms tucked in underneath the shoulders. Push up and repeat. If needed, you have knees on the floor, bring the chest to the floor, and push back up. Also, in lieu of push-ups, still get that pressing motion. You can also use kettlebells like I have here or dumbbells and use it as a chest press. So on your back, you keep the legs up or legs flat and simply press the weight up, bring your back to the floor, weight up, back to the floor. Again, arms tucked in toward your shoulders, just under the shoulders, press up. All right? So you have those modifications available to you. If you wanted a bit more support to your lower back, you want to build a bit of a more stable platform, simply bring yourself into a bridge. So bring your heels up closer to your butt, push your hips up, and then from here, you're more or less on the shoulder blades, the top part of your upper back there. Press up, come back, press up again, engaging the core, tucking that belly button up and down. All right. So the third exercise is the kettlebell swing. From here, go on the kettlebell or your backpack or weighted vest. Lock out those arms, so straighten them as best as possible. You're gonna then hinge from the hips, bring yourself forward, getting the weight in between your legs. You simply go as far forward as comfortable, swing forward, and press up to about shoulder height and back. All right, so locking the arms out, hinge forward, pushing your hips and your butt back behind you, letting the weight come between your legs, keeping those arms nice and secure. Simply push hips forward and up and down. If you're comfortable, you can go with one hand, bring it in between the legs, switch, and back, and forward. All right? If the kettlebell motion of that swing isn't as comfortable, you can turn it into a deadlift. So we can go stiff leg deadlift. So still the same hip hinge pattern, pushing the butt back behind you. You will reach forward, as if you're reaching for your toes. Let the weight go down in front of the body, between the legs if comfortable. And as you get toward the floor, push the hips back forward and stand up. So if you didn't have any weight, you could also just keep your hands free, keep them on the thighs, on the leg, use them as a guide, reach forward. As you get to your range of motion, the end of it is comfortable, simply press the hips forward, stand up. Always try to engage your glutes, your core as well, be as stable and supported as possible. Now from here, we'll go into your bent over rows. So imagine starting up an older lawnmower or weed whacker, or even a snowblower. So from here, you can go single arm. So get yourself here in a high lunge position. You're gonna hinge forward, get at the hips, pull that weight up into your body, into your midsection, and bring it back down, hovering over the floor. All right, so as you're up here, simply use that arm that's pulling, tuck it into your side, to your ribs, drive with the elbow up, and then release, and come back down. Switch to the other side, up and down, up and down. And also, if you have two kettlebells or two different weights, you can also do the same thing. So still hitting at the hips, bring them both up at the same time, and back down. All right. Now, with those modifications there, if you have a resistance band, the thing to do with that is to simply step on top of the resistance band. I don't have one here. Step on top of the resistance band, reach toward the floor as low as comfortable, and simply pull up from there. So you have that constant tension. All right. After that exercise, once we finish as many rounds as possible in the 10 minutes, we rest for 2 minutes, go to the second set of exercises. And as I failed to mention before, but the number of repetitions for each exercise is 8. So 8 repetitions. So when you have your squats, 8 there, your push-ups, 8 there, kettlebell swings, 8, and your rows, 8. If there's any point where there's a single limb movement, just go 4 repetitions per side. So we'll only get 8 total repetitions for each exercise. All right, so after our 2 minutes of rest, we'll get into lunges. So for our lunges, you can choose to make it any variation necessary for you, whatever you're comfortable with. So you can use it as a forward lunge. So you can step forward, drop the back knee to the floor, push up, switch sides, lunge, and go back. You can also simply do a stationary lunge. So you get into your high lunge position, legs split. So if you drop that back leg down and up, and then repeat down and up. Remember, just 4 reps on one side, and then switch 4 reps on the other side. Now, the other option is to make it a reverse lunge. So take a step back, then lunge, switch legs, step back, and lunge. Now, another modification is to now make it a combination lunge, or a complex, a lunge complex. So you can simply step forward, lunge, take a step back, and lunge. All right? So forward, back. And then another way to step up the intensity a little bit more is to turn it into split jump. So again, finish your lunge, lunge forward, split, split, and jump. So as you jump, use your arms for momentum to bring yourself up. Catch yourself as you land, and back up again. So you have all those modifications available to you. Now, after that, we'll go to our plank pull through. So the variations for this, first variation will get you onto all 4s. So arms shoulder width apart, Knees about hip width apart. What you're gonna do from here, pop the knees off the floor. Once they're off the floor, take a kettlebell, whatever weight you have accessible to you, and you simply pull it to the opposite side, pull it, use my right hand, take it from the right, move to the left, come back, switch, and switch. This is 8 reps, 4 per side, so you get to your 8 total repetitions. Now from here, if you want to still continue there, but not stay as close together, like in a bear crawl position, you can simply take the feet behind you, extend them, and then move from here, across, and move across. So remember, the wider the legs are, the bigger your base of support, the easier it makes it. Want to challenge yourself a bit more, get your legs closer together. Now, another variation here is to go without the weight. You come back to all fours in your bear crawl position. Simply, once you get the knees off the floor, tap shoulders, or you can tap at the knee, thigh, or the hip. So just tap the leg instead. So you have that option. You can shoulder tap or a leg tap. All right? And the same goes if you extend the legs behind you. You can also go shoulders. And you can tap at the leg as well. All right. Now, after that plank series, you will then take your weight into a seated position. We're going to do a seated overhead press. So, sit up as tall as comfortable, get the weights tucked into your shoulders, big breath in, press up, down, up, and down. So, we use this position here to take momentum you usually get from a standing shoulder press where you can use the legs and get a bit of a push press in there. We take that out of the equation, focus strictly on your support, try to isolate the shoulders as much as possible. All right, from there, we stay seated, we go to an overhead tricep extension. So, taking your weight, whatever that may be, keeping the arms tucked in at the elbow, close in toward your head, and then simply press up and back down. So get weight behind your head, press up, press down, focus on getting those elbows tucked into the head, and simply pressing up and back down. All right, so that is our workout structure. We'll take this time here, situated, give yourself sufficient space. Make sure you have the resistance that you need for this workout. Have a timer of some sort. Make sure you have water available to you. Stay loose. Play some music on your end. I can't play any for on my end due to copyright restrictions, but for yourself, get some music going, good music, get the vibe pumping. We'll have a good time. So give you a few moments to get situated, and then we'll start our workout. So remember, 8 repetitions of each exercise. We go for as many rounds as possible for 4 exercises inside of 10 minutes. Then we rest for 2 minutes, and then we do our second set of 4 exercises for 10 minutes. And then we're all done. All right. So we're going to start from the top with our first set of exercises. We have the squats, we have the push-ups, kettlebell swings, and the bent over rows. So make sure to use the variations that you're comfortable with, and feel free to change it up with every round that you go if you feel the need. You want to push yourself a bit more in that regard. All right? So we're going to push hard for 10 minutes. Take breaks as you need to. Stay hydrated as well. Keep a smile on that face. And keep the vibes, the dream alive. All right, so starting from the top, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We got our squats. So just 8. Just 8 repetitions. right into our push-ups. All right. Kettlebell swings next. And then to a lovely bent over rows. So remember, hinge at the hips, engage that core. Pull up into your midsection. All right, so every time you roll, have to hinge at the hips. Make sure you can keep that chest as proud as possible, keep it back as flat as possible. If you find yourself starting to round the shoulders, bring yourself up a bit more until you can secure that tall posture, that straight back, and then make your movements from there. All right. And then keep going for as many rounds as we can. Remember all the variations we have for this exercise segment. So move at your own pace. Make sure it's a pace you can control well, but still pushes you. All right. 4 repetitions per side. If you feel the need on the single limb exercises to go more than half the repetitions for each side, by all means, find a good way to push yourself there. So remember, pushing as hard as we can for those 10 minutes. Another modification, the squats we mentioned before. We get front squat in there, the 2 weights. Whew. All right, let's keep it moving. This is round 3 right now for me. Just about 4 minutes in. Almost halfway through. Remember to breathe and move. All right, stay hydrated. That's 3 rounds down. Where are you in your workout? Keep it alive. Whew. You're doing good. Keep smiling, keep moving, keep breathing. All right. So as you move along, if you forget your repetitions, nothing wrong with if you got your repetitions here today. It's all good. The more repetitions, the better we get at what we do, the more the benefit is there for us. All right. So we're just under 3.5 minutes left. We're doing good. And there's another variation for your kettlebell swings. You can get two. You may have to widen your stance a bit. You both of them inside the middle of your body. So remember your hips, your glutes. That's what drives that exercise. Right, got the push-ups. Just under 2 minutes left in this round, or in this set, I should say. Final 90 seconds. Let's try to get our last round and a little bit more. All right, final minute. Just about there. Whew. 15 seconds. Whew. All right. 2-minute break here. Let's keep moving around. Stay hydrated. And then we'll get to our last set. The second and final set of exercise here. How you feel? Feeling good? Feeling great? All right. So just to recap what's happening in this round, or this set, I should say, is we have our lunges of any variation, our plank pull through, then again, you can make it a taps as well. We have the seated overhead press, and again, if you stand, if you so choose. And then we have our seated overhead tricep extension, and again, you can stand for that too. Although here in our seated position for the overhead press, there's also another variation, so you can go one arm at a time. Here in a kneeling position, half a kneeling press overhead. So simply the leg that is back, that's the arm that is up. So remember, on my left leg forward, so right leg will be pressing. All right? 15 seconds and we'll begin. Let's get ready to go. Starting off with our lunges. You can even hold weight if you feel the need. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. All right. Plank pull through. Now to overhead press. So as you sit, really press the legs firmly into that floor. Tricep extension. All right. Whew. Back to the lunges. Now to our plank variations. A few more repetitions there. And I'll stand this time for the overhead extension. All right, we're moving well. Time is ticking by. I'm 2 rounds in. Some of you are probably right with me. Most of you are probably even faster than me. We're doing good. So as you're going single arm, you try to tuck that arm in tighter to the body. Try to get the elbow directly in front. Focus on tucking that belly button in, firmly planting the leg, both legs into the floor. And to the triceps. Whew. Almost there. So over 4 minutes to go. We've already passed that halfway mark. So let's keep it going. Making solid progress. Almost finished. Whew. Doing well. Whew. All right. Let's keep up the intensity here. Let's keep it pushing. Keep it moving. Whew. 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 So you can even take the weight, one weight with 2 hands, press overhead, keep it into the center of your body. Whew. Into our final minute here. All right. Let's finish our last few repetitions before the workout is over. Last 2 seconds. That's our workout. Thanks again for joining. Just a little bit out of breath. So how y'all feeling? Feeling good? Feeling great? You've done fantastic. If you feel so inclined, like this video. You can leave a comment on this video as well. Let us know how we're doing. And to stay as up to date as possible with the content on this fitness channel, you can subscribe. So as always, keep fit and have fun. Be safe. See you soon.